So we will continue with the chapter electronic spreadsheet, that is MS Excel 2007. Okay. See, in some cases, so when we learn the subjects, see, if you learn one topic, that concept may help in another topic. Okay. See, for example, in C++, we have discussed about functions chapter. Okay. So the concepts of functions will help in MS Excel. Okay. So yesterday we saw. So practically we saw. Okay. So now today we will discuss about the formulas and functions, how to use formulas and functions in MS Excel. Right. So first of all, we should know some things here. So these things we are discussing in every class because you should become perfect with that. So MS Excel, if you open this software, it is a workbook. It is made up of pages. Each page is called as worksheet. Okay, and so we have rows and columns. So rows are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10, 48, 5, 46, like 48,566. See this number we can see. So there is a option. Okay, so if we press Control plus so down arrow key. Okay, if you use this option from the keyboard, so you can look at the last row number. Okay, Control plus down arrow key. Okay. Then we come across the columns. Columns are named from A to last one is X F D. So this also we can come to know by using the shortcut key, that is Control plus right arrow key. Okay, if you use this shortcut key, so you come to know the last column. Okay, that means it will move the end of the row. If it moves to the end of the row, it comes to the last column. If it moves to the end of the column, it comes to the last column. Okay, and see, whenever you consider this cell, it is nothing but the intersection of row and a column. You consider anything. So here, cells are indicated by cell address. Okay, it is indicated by cell address or cell reference, we can say. So when you type in any of these cells, B is like in two-dimensional array of C++ subject, row index and column index. Similarly, here also we need the row reference and column reference. So row reference is indicated by the number, column reference is indicated by the alphabet. Okay, and here first it will show the column alphabet, then row number. Say for example, if you want to know the cell address or cell reference of this cell, it is C, column is C, row is 4. So now I can say cell reference or cell address is C4. Okay, in this way we can know. So this is nothing but cell address. Okay. Next thing is the things what we can type in the cells of MS Excel is like you can type numeric data, you can type text format, that is which includes alphabets, capital letters, small letters, or any symbols. Okay, so numeric data in the sense like integers, floating point numbers, you can type. Okay, and in addition to that, that is numeric data plus characters, that is alphabets, capital letters, small letters. Even we can type the formulas. Okay, formulas and functions. Okay, see the things what we can type in cell is so numeric. Okay, so numeric data we can type. So which includes both integers, okay, and floating point numbers. It includes integers and floating point. So this data you can type in this cell. Second, text format. Okay, so the data can be in text format. So that is all capital letters and small letters and symbols. So combination of these two, we can say alphanumeric data. So alphanumeric data means which includes alphabets plus numbers, and it can be floating point values also, like 2.25, 5.5. Okay. Then third one is we can include the formulas. So formulas in cell. So we can write the formulas in cell. Then the last one is like functions. So we can write the functions in the cell. So these are the things which we can include in the cell. Okay. Now just look at this. Just have a look at this. So bye bye. So you can take this screenshot. So we'll continue. Okay. So we will say how to use formulas in Excel in detail. Okay, because I think in today's class they have discussed practically, but maybe a little bit confusion. So because we are going there for practical. So we will see in detail how to use the formulas in MS Excel cell. Okay. So if you consider this as a cell, so what I have done is C4. So you have to type within this. If you want to type the formula, so within this, you have to type within this in the sense in any cell you can consider. So I have written just C4 cell address. Okay. So the things what we can use in formulas is mathematical operators. Okay. So when it comes to mathematical operators, we can say plus, minus, stars is fantastic. Division, multiplication, division, and modulus. So these operators we can use in the cell, and even we can come across logical operators. So we have discussed, right? Logical operators, relational operators we can use. Then cell references. See, cell reference in this sense, it is called as a cell address. Cell reference is nothing but the cell address. So cell address will be indicated by column name plus row number. That is, column name means we should consider the alphabets. These are the column names. A, B, C, D. These are the column names. Column name plus row number. That indicates the cell address. Okay, intersection of row and a column is a cell. Cell address is nothing but the column name plus row number. Okay. So second example. For example, say C4. So we can say C4. And even if you consider, like, if I consider this cell, so it is E6. Okay, C4, E6. So in this way we can use the formula. Then values are text. So in the formulas, direct values we can use. Okay, so like if I say 15, 20, 30, like this. So direct values we can use. Or even text format also. Text format means capital letters, small letters, in that way you can use. Then functions such as sum. See here, this is very important. So when we consider the formulas and functions, see when we type the functions, so we have some functions like SUM, so average. So these are the functions of MS Excel. Sum, average, fact. These are the functions of MS Excel. Now we will discuss how to use these functions. Along with the formulas also we will discuss. Okay. See, for example, see if I have the data, let me consider, say, I have typed here 15, 20, 30, 40. So I typed some data, that is numeric value. Now I need to calculate the sum of all these values. And if you want to calculate the sum of all these values, so you should see where to put that result. Okay. So if I want to put the result here, that is in E1. So I have entered the data in A1, B1, C1, and D1. And now I want to put the result in the E1. That means I should calculate the sum. Okay. So there are two ways to calculate the sum. Okay. So in this, first of all, you should type here. So if you want to calculate the sum, so I have to type here. That is in E1 cell you have to type. So there are two ways to calculate the sum. First way is by using the formula. Formula in the sense without a function. So without some function, you can calculate the sum. That is, first point what you have to notice is, you have to type equals to sign. You should not forget to type equals. If you don't type equals to sign, then sum will not be calculated. Equals to sign. Okay. Now you just see the values in which cell it is present. A1, B1, C1, and D1. Okay. So you can use the cell address A1 plus B1 plus C1 plus D1. So you should notice the cell address and you have to use in the sum to calculate the sum. A1 plus B1 plus C1 plus D1. So this will get the result. Okay. So that is 15 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 is 70, 90, 105. So you get the result as 105. Second method is by using the function sum. Understand? By using the function sum. So we can calculate directly by using the operator. So I said, right, mathematical operators we can use by using the operator or by using the function sum. So when we use the function sum, so again, how to I can say or. That means this method or another method is equals to SUM. So SUM is the function name. Okay. So I have to put parentheses. See, you remember one thing in C++ also, whenever we come across the concept, compulsory parentheses are necessary. So this is applied in MS Excel also. Same rules is applied in MS Excel also. In C++ programs as well as in MS Excel also. That means when you write the function name, parentheses are necessary. So within parentheses, what we have to write that should know. Okay. Now when we use the sum function, so it is easy to calculate the sum. That is, so if you remember the first cell address and the last cell address, that means if you notice the first cell address and last cell address, it's enough. Like see A1. Okay. So A1 is the first cell address. Okay. Colon. So I have to use the colon symbol. Last cell address, that is D1 in the first row. Last cell address instance where you have typed the last value. Okay, that is 40. If you just type this much and you have to press enter key. Okay, you should not forget, you should press enter key. So once you press enter key, it will be calculated. Same value you will get it. Okay, so equals to SUM A1 colon D1. Okay, this is how we will calculate the sum. Now, if you go for an average, so to calculate the average, what we have to do, again we can consider two methods here. So that is, see, sum of all these divided by 4. You know, because 4 values are there. So that is, so to calculate average, okay, so equals to, so A1 plus B1 plus C1 plus D1 divided by 4. So this is how we will calculate the average. So this is one method. Or equals to use the function name average of, say how you have used the function name sum. In the similar way how you use the function name average. That is sum of A1 colon B1. So here also average of A1 colon D. So in this way, how to use. Understood? So automatically it will calculate the sum and it will print the average. Okay. So in case of function sum, it will calculate the total sum. In case of average, it will calculate the sum plus it will print the average value. Okay. So just have a look at this. If you want to take screenshot, you can take it. If you want to copy, also you can copy. So after a few seconds, we will continue the class. Okay. Okay. So here one more formula type is like compares cell A10 with cell D4. So the meaning of this is, say if we want to compare the values of one cell to another, if they are identical or not, okay, then we can use in this way. Okay. So equals to the cell address, again equals to the cell address. That means the value present in A4 will be compared with value present in D4. Okay, so we consider this as the cell with the address A4 and cell with address D4. So these two values will be compared. Okay, so we will see practically how it works. Okay. Next thing is, see, after formulas, so if we come across the functions concept in MS Excel, so we have many types of functions. So mathematical and trigonometric functions, logical functions, statistical functions, date and time functions. Okay, we have many types of functions. Actually, there are 10 categories of functions. In the next class, I will give the list. Okay, there are 10 categories of functions. And see, all the time, so all the functions may not come in use. Okay, so depending on the requirement and application. Okay, see, if we want to use the functions in MS Excel, so whatever the concepts we remember in C++ programs, that is function structure, that concept we can apply here. Okay, so what is that concept? See, if I want to use the functions, first of all, there are two types of functions in programming language. Okay, so in C and C++ programs, there are two types of functions. If we consider C or C++ language, that is library functions. Okay, so library means which are built in. So user defined. So user defined means created by the user. User defined is nothing but created by the user. Library functions means built in, that is already present in the software. So once again, I am telling about this because so we have to know so what type of functions we are using in MS Excel, right? So we are using in MS Excel built-in functions. That means functions already present in the MS Excel software. That function we are going to use. Okay. Whereas in case of C and C++, we use both library functions plus user-defined functions. See, the main difference here is library functions or built-in functions we are not going to create. We means one who uses the software. Okay, one who has developed the software, they have created, right? So people who have developed the software, those people have created library or built-in functions. But we will use that sort. See, best example is like dictionary words. Words present in the dictionary. What we do, we just use in our that is whether in paragraph, written English or spoken English, we use that sort. But we will not going to create. We will not change the meaning of the word in the dictionary itself. Okay, just we will use it. Okay. So and one more best example of built-in things are keywords. So what we call keywords in programming language, keywords are all built-in things. So built-in things means already developed by the programmers, one who have developed the software. Okay, just how to use. We should know rule to use. That's all. So what rule is applied to use the keyword? All the letters of the keywords should be written in lowercase letters in case of C and C++ programs. Okay. Similarly, in library functions also we should know how to use it. We will not create, but we should know how to use it. In case of user-defined functions, we know how to create. That means we learn how to create the function, and in addition to that, we can use the functions also. So the difference here is, in case of built-in functions, we will not create the functions, we will use the functions. In case of user-defined functions, we will create and use the functions. Okay. Now coming to the MS Excel, so we will look at this part, built-in functions. We will see how to use the functions. Okay. So when we use the functions of MS Excel or even in C and C++ programs, okay. So what we have to do is, see, first thing, that is in case of MS Excel, if you consider, if I want to type the function in this cell, that is E6. So first thing what we have to do is equals to sign. So that we know in formulas plus to use this method equals to set. After equals to, we have to remember the function name. So we have to write the function name. Understood? So function name we have to write. So function name is nothing but an identifier. See that identifier concept is coming here also. Okay. But the thing is here we will not create this function name, already it's present. It's present in the software. So compulsory how to put the parenthesis. Remember. So it is very important how to put the parenthesis for a function. See, whenever we consider the function, whether it is library or user defined, parenthesis are compulsory. Okay. After parenthesis here, within parenthesis, see in some cases there will be no parameters. See whatever the things we write here, that means separated by comma. Okay. So those things are nothing but parameters. See here I have to write the first parameter. I have to use the first parameter, or this is also called as argument. Okay, and after the single comma, I have to use the second parameter for argument. Similarly, we should know how many parameters we have to use for that particular function, and we have to use. It's not our wish. So for this function, let me use some 4 parameters for another function, but nothing. So it will be defined. So only it is built in already present. Only thing is we have to use. We should know how to use it. Okay. See, for example, there is a function called as pi. Okay, for pi there is no parameter. In MS Excel there is no parameter. So if you want to compare with C and C++, we have the function called as clear screen, CLR, SSCR. So there is no parameter. Get secrets. So there is no parameter. So we have to use interface. We cannot add extra parameter. And if we consider a function like say FACT to find the factorial of number for this one parameter. So I can say factorial of a number. So factorial of number means it is one parameter function. Okay. And if we consider product function, so here I think more parameters are there. So n1, n2, n3 like this. That means we can calculate product of many numbers. Okay. Okay, fine. So remaining things we will continue in the next class. So if you have any doubts, you can ask them.